His wife, Parvati, using her tantric power, she made the shape of a baby and breathed life into it. And Shiva lands up from somewhere. With a flick of his sword, he took off the boy's head. He has to bring this boy back to life. So he looked around, boneless limbs they had, and they spoke in a language which nobody could decipher. Because he got a head which was not human, he was supremely brilliant. So Manasarovar is significant because… it is culturally significant because whenever Shiva is a bit of a vagabond householder, he goes away. So his wife, Parvati, instead of staying in Kailash, she comes down here because that's all iced up. She comes down here, at least there's cold water. So she lives here largely. So more time was spent here than there, so many things happened here. One of the things that happened was Ganapati was born here. So he's not elephant-headed, he's Ganapati. Gana means the Ganas who were Shiva's companions. Generally, they are described as distorted and demented human beings, or beings, not human beings. They did not have human form, they had strange forms. And they had limbs which did not have bones, boneless limbs they had. And they spoke in a language which nobody could decipher. They spoke like cacophony. And they seemed to be always inebriated, or at least they behaved like that. So they were called Ganas, and they were the permanent companions of Shiva all the time with him. Others came and went, but they were always there. So, when one of these outings that Shiva went, he went away 12 years. There are many cultural and scientific reasons we gave for as to why he went away for 12 years, because largely whenever he went away for 12 years. So once he went away, and after 11, 12 years, he came back. Parvati sitting here on the banks of this lake. I want you to imagine, you're the just only woman sitting on the banks of Manasarovar lake, nothing here. She wants to have a baby. She's unable to have a baby because Shiva's seed is not human. So, it's clear that she cannot have a baby with him. But when she's alone, when she's with him, she's fine. When he's gone for long periods, her maternal instincts took over, she wants to have a baby. So one day, she smeared herself with sandal paste head to toe, waited for a period of time, then slowly peeled off all the sandal paste. When you do this, a certain amount of your skin or your cells will come away. Making use of this, using her tantric power, she made the shape of a baby and breathed life into it. A nice little boy came, and she was very happy in the company of this boy, and he grew up, just the two of them, nobody. And Shiva lands up from somewhere, nobody knows where he goes. Him and his friends land up, full, all inebriated and happy, come to see his wife. He's that kind. And Parvati wants to have bath. So she set up a small barrier and asked the boy to watch out, that nobody comes this way. So the boy took this duty as a very… he's very proud to guard his mother. So with a spear in his hand, he's walking up and down. He's looking for trouble. He wants to. Somebody should come now and he must fend them off. He desperately wants to do something for his mother. He's in that state. And Shiva and his friends landed up. So he wants to see his wife, he's coming that way. And the boy stopped him and questioned him, "Who are you?" Shiva thought, "Oh, you're asking me, who are you? with a flick of his sword, he took off the boy's head and went to see Parvati. Very happy to see his wife after 12 years. But the wife saw blood on his sword and she screamed. And he got the works. Then he doesn't know what to do. He thought after 12 years he'll get a great welcome. Here she is freaking on him. She said, "You have to bring him back to life." He said, "That's not possible. He's decapitated, he's finished. I don't care what has happened, I want him back to life." Now if he wants to have his wife, he has to bring this boy back to life. So he looked around. The Ganas, they were all there, kiki, 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 like this. So he looked around and the leader of the Ganas, he asked him, "What?" He said, "Okay." So he lopped off his head and put it on the boy's head. First head transplant. So now the boy had human body and a Gana's head, the two chief of the Gana's head, and he had a limb which was boneless limb. So he became a Ganapati, the chief of the Ganas. Somewhere down the line, artists from Sivakasi in Tamil Nadu, because they had never seen a Gana but the place was full of elephants, a boneless limb means they could not imagine beyond an elephant. So they slowly made that into an elephant. Whatever they do even today, everybody calls it only Ganapati. Nobody calls him Gajapati, okay? Some people have started writing songs these days calling him Gajapati, but it doesn't stick. Ganesh, Ganapati is what sticks because he is Ganesh, he is Ganapati. He is the king or the leader or the chief of Ganas. Because he got a head which was not human, he was supremely brilliant. Because of this extreme sense of intelligence, he did not allow anything to be an obstacle in his life. Every obstacle in life can be cleared if you have the needed intelligence, isn't it? So this is what he proved. So we called him Vigneshwara, he removed all the vignas because his intelligence is of that level. If you do not know about writing his scriptures, he told Vyasa, "Your dictation should be non-stop. If you stop, I'm going to drop the pen and go away because I'll get bored with you." This is the level of intelligence. Ganesh Chaturthi means not to boost your belly, but to boost your brain, because he's known for his brain, not for his belly. But today, to our children we have made it clear, he's known for his big belly, not for his big brain. He was essentially known for his big brain. So, Ganesh Chaturthi should be about boosting the brain, not the belly, isn't it? Just 25 years ago, 26 years ago, Viji, my wife, she just came in front of me one day. Actually, it happened where it was some program happening, somebody else's program. I went there and they asked me for lunch and I went and sat down. I came in late, they were all eating and halfway down I went and sat down, on the floor, in rows they're sitting. I was sitting in this row, there was another row in front of me facing me and one more row facing away from me and another row facing me. She's in that row. By then she was already looking at me, beyond these two rows. I just looked at her for 2 minutes and then I started eating my sambar and rice. Sambar was good. Then everybody started completing their meals before me because I came in late and I was eating late. Then she finished her meal, she washed her hands, she came and she sat in front of me and burst out crying. So I didn't look at her, I kept on eating. Then I got up, I went and washed my hands and she came behind me. And she was still crying and crying and crying. Then She wanted to talk to me. I just wrote my home number and I gave it. And I said, only if I pick up, you speak. My dad picks up, don't speak.
One day when we were talking, usually in the evenings, once my husband used to go to the pharmacy, we used to sit on the steps and discuss so many things. That particular day, he told me he met one girl, her name is Viji, and I want to get married to her. So I told her, where is she, she's from, how does she look? He said, no, I will bring her and introduce to you, and I want to inform my parents also. I'm informing you. So I told her, we will be very happy because we will have company, more than a friend. She'll be my co-sister. So I was very excited and eager to meet her. So I think after some time, he brought her to the shop where we have a medical store in Kalidasa Road. So first when I saw her, her simplicity and her smile somehow attracted to me.
And much later, I did not even know that that day it was a festival, and me and Vijay, we just rode up to Irpu, where there's a waterfall and a small Rameshwara temple. And when I went there in the evenings, I saw one of the quaintest arrangements that you can see, all green-fronted, small shops and little things. This pakumaram and this coconut fronds, using just that, all little shops just set up for the evening. So this thing just was so enchanting. And then I asked, what is this all about? Then they said, it's Mahashivratri today. Oh, I did not even know because Mahashivratri was never celebrated in our homes for some reason. Then they asked, what is this festival about? They said, this is Shiva got married on this day. Then I told Vijay, okay, we're getting married today. She said, what? She said, yeah, I said, yes, we're getting married today right here. They said, no, we have not told anybody. I said, no need to tell anybody, I'm telling you. And we just got married right there.
Yeah, they were always lovey-dovey couple, if I could use that term. Always glued to each other, smiling, chatting, that sort of thing. They were, yeah, very happy couple.
At that time, this is more or less how they lived. Sadhguru would spend some time in his farm, then he would spend half the month in his farm, another half the month he would teach a class either in Hyderabad or in Mangalore or Coimbatore or Tirupur or one of these towns. So every weekend Vijay would travel to the initiation from Mysore.
There's a place called Handi Honda. Handi Honda means pig's place. On the west coast, there's a place called Handi Honda. So Handi Honda beach was my favorite beach. And I couldn't believe it when much later, after I was married, when I took Vijay to the ocean, she was what, 22 or something, and she had never seen an ocean in her life. She lived in Bangalore all her life, she had never seen ocean. And we just went and camped on the beach. This west coast is so phosphorescent. The phosphorescence in some areas is so high. There's a full moon night, and as the night gets darker and the tides get bigger, it's like lit. It's like waves of phosphorus coming at you. She just looked at this and it just got her. Then we mostly sat through the whole night just looking at this thing, and after that she went mad about the ocean. She wanted to go to the ocean all the time. Where you want to go? She wanted to go to the ocean. She got addicted that night.
I mean, whoever knew Sadhguru or Viji, they always knew them as Jaggi and Viji. They were always together everywhere in everything that they did, and because there were constantly people around Sadhguru, and their whole, there was no such thing as privacy for them. So it would be all kinds of talk. When you are there, it would be all kinds of talk, and they, it was almost that you didn't exist there, and everything that needed to happen. And constantly there was, so many things would come into focus, which, you can also say it's a part of the spiritual process, which would generally happen in a spiritual process.
It has always been hard for me to explain to people about what Viji is. When I say Viji, I am not referring to her either as my wife or as a woman. Even as a being, she has always been truly wonderful in my experience. But as many of you know, she is a person of very intense emotions. In her childlikeness, she never knew what should be expressed or what should be held back in a group of people. Whatever emotions were within her always found expression, irrespective of the situation. Now this Mahasamadhi, the ultimate aim of all spiritual seekers, she has attained. She has attained with such effortlessness and has proved her worth. To throw this life out of this body without injuring the body, it takes something else. One has to generate tremendous amount of energy, which requires intense sadhana. She knew the methods to achieve this and she was working towards this. But at this stage, we never imagined that without my assistance, she will be able to generate the necessary energy. Anyway, she would have trodden this path, but the swiftness with which she has achieved this is too much. She made this possible with her love, probably the only thing she knew. All her life, she was very proud that I am her husband. Today, I have to say that I am extremely proud that I happen to be her husband. And above all, this is all the intensity that you look for in every disciple around you. As a guru, this is of immense value too, because it is this level of intensity that you always look for.